on the streets of Northern Ireland over the last couple of nights you've been talking about as well. The violence, there has been violence, a second night of violence on some streets in Belfast. It is nowhere near to the extent that it was last night. There have been some snooker balls, golf balls used to attack the police this evening, but the amount of people involved and the extent of the violence is nowhere close to where it was last night. Tom is in Hertfordshire. Hello, Tom.
Hello there.
What are your thoughts?
My thoughts are, once again, we've got Northern Ireland kicking off, and I, like most Englishmen, I'm sure, have no affinity for these people. I have no empathy for their situation. I see them as little more than a drain on our rapidly diminishing resources.
Really?
This is a squabble in a medieval province between two groups of people, one of which shouldn't even be there. One of them is, they're basically Scottish people in a foreign country.
Now, you're interesting. You're very interesting, because you'll recognise by my accent where I'm from, where I'm born.
Yeah, you're from Northern Ireland.
So you think I'm an irrelevance to you and people in England, do you?
Yes, a complete irrelevance. If I can tell you this, people in England would readily get rid of Northern Ireland tomorrow. It's nothing more than a drain on our resources.
So you don't believe in the United Kingdom?
No, we don't want Northern Ireland in the United Kingdom. Northern Ireland, as far as we're concerned, well, as far as I'm concerned, is a part of the Republic of Ireland. That's where it belongs.
But why wouldn't you care about violence on the streets of Northern Ireland? Why wouldn't you care about ordinary, decent citizens who want to remain part of the United Kingdom, and indeed those nationalists who don't, but they don't like violence on the streets? Why wouldn't you care? And I'll tell you what, I'll tell you in one moment, I'll tell you what, how would you feel, and I would never say this, but how would you feel if someone like me said, I don't care what happened to Lee Rigby. I don't care what happens during 7/7 when a bomb goes off in London. How would you care? It would be absolutely outrageous, wouldn't it? And you will be insulting many, many people in Northern Ireland tonight on both sides of the community. They are not an irrelevance.
They are an irrelevance because I don't care what you think about Lee Rigby. I see you as I see the people of Ireland as foreign to this country. They're alien to our way of life here. You know, we're not stuck in Aspic. I mean, these people go back to the Battle of the Boyne. It's complete and utter nonsense. We're not interested in that. What we are interested in is having to spend our money, billions and billions and billions, to keep people like you, well, not you, but people, your countrymen, on the dole. That's what we care about, and we don't want to do it.
You're factually talking nonsense now, aren't you? Because there are people on benefits all over the UK.
Yes, but we're paying
can I just say that whether you believe in the United Kingdom or not, can you explain to me why you don't care about any police force, the images? What happens in your mind when you see these images of loyalists standing on top of police Land Rovers and they're trying to batter the police with sticks and golf clubs and...
Right, and what do we get? We get the Chief Constable of the PSNI being a wimp. He needs to get off, he needs to stop putting this stuff on the TV and saying, oh, look how dreadful they are to us, look how terrible they are. Put some stick about the place. That's what he needs to do.
Yeah, it just shows you the lack of sophistication in what you're saying. What do you mean, some stick about the place? What do you mean?
What I mean is he needs to get the truncheons out and he needs to start bashing these cracking loyalist skulls. That's what he needs to do.
He wants to start bashing some loyalist skulls. You really think that would help? You really think the police can, in a heavy-handed way, would help?
Yes, I do. I think it's high time that happens.
You see, I've actually been brought up during when the police have been doing training, and I've actually stood in the lines with riot police during their training, and I've watched what happens, and I've watched the technique of what happens when one of them even tries to break ranks to go and try to arrest someone. And if you don't believe me, YouTube it. You'll see me standing there. I'm in the full police riot gear, and those policemen are being pelted with absolutely everything. But there's a lack of sophistication in what you're saying for this reason. There is also an anger. There is no justification for the violence whatsoever for those within the loyalist community. There's no justification for violence in any community.